um, definitely tuition is very, very good. For the cost effectiveness, Texas Tech provides the excellent educational background based on tuitions. And also, I heard a very good reputation for the Texas Tech Law School for that value based on the cost. So that's one of my main reasons I chose Texas Tech Law School. And I also, I cannot, I have to say that Texas is a very big state, and not alone the Lubbock itself, but also the big cities such as Dallas, Houston, San Antonio. They can provide diverse areas of practice, including public service, governmental job, and private law firms. So even students can think Lubbock is a small city, but students can other experience in other cities. That's why I chose the Texas Tech Law School as my JD law schools. I have to say the open door policy. So every professor welcome every student whenever they raise questions. They willingly welcome to students to answer any questions, even though as my international students, my English understanding is not so perfect sometimes, so I have to ask some dumb questions to the professor. But professor willingly welcome my question, so until I totally understand it. And then also librarians are really helpful, so they can provide good resources, good advice for finding the exact right resource I want to find. Other than librarians, also the Texas Tech also provide some academic support office. So I really can help from the program when I first came to here, because I'm not familiar with the U.S. legal system, U.S. law. But from the office help, I can get used to the U.S. legal system, understanding U.S. legal system and U.S. education by help of a dean in the office and the sources in that office. I have to mention the third critical method. Through this method, students and professor keep communication with each other. Professor asks one or other student to keep asking. Through this process, every student can be clear and good understanding of each topic. So every student who even not be called on during the class can be good understanding through that process. And by this method, all the students can pay attention to what the teacher is saying, so what the teacher stress, what the teachers put emphasis on. So by this method, students can pay more attention to the teachers saying during the class. Every student participates very actively to the class. So each question answered by students is very helpful to me also. So I have to confess, not just from the professor, but also from the students' answer, I learned too much from the class. And also after classes, every student willing to share their notes whenever I ask a favor to share the notes. So also I can be more comfortable to get used to the class understanding after class. I'm very interested in international law. So I enrolled all the international law courses in the Texas Law School, including public international law, NAFTA classes, and compared to other classes, those classes are very small classes. It's more at around 10 persons. So it's more similar type. So I can participate in discussions. So through these discussions, I can more deeply understand what the professor says, and then what the other students' thinkings. And also, it's also very basic classes like contracts and torts. Even though it's a very big size classes, but by the Socratic methods used by those classes, I can also very deep understanding from the classes. Oh yes, from my personal experience, especially for job search, even though right now I'm graduate from law school right now, but even now I keep contact with other professors, including also professors who already left, and also for the students. I really very keep good relationship with other students even after the graduations, even though they are very working in various cities. But we are very keep close, contact information among ourselves through email or by a cell phone like that. And also, from my personal experience, I have experience in participating in the banquet administered by the professor Ramirez, international law professor in this law schools. So at the banquet, I have a very good experience to contact diverse students from the diverse countries, including Australia, Lithuania, China, and also Korea. So through the banquet, other also LLM students can get some information from those like some public community parties like that. In my experience, I have a very priceless chance to see U.S. Supreme Court Justice Scalia and Justice Breyer. It's a very great honor to me. So, how to their thinking, how to their all the talking styles and all the treatment for the audiences. It's a very great value to see in person to U.S. Supreme Court Justice. It's very I think it's a very big privilege to all the Texas Tech Law School students. Unfortunately, I have no chance to in person see Justice O'Connor and Justice Thomas, but I heard before that they also came to this law school to show themselves, and then students had a good opportunity to see themselves in person. And also, I heard it's a very recent update information. Right now, this law school hosts the Seventh Court of Appeals, in here. So I think it's very great precious opportunity for the student to see how the U.S. court looks alike, how all the lawyers talk, how the lawyers respond during the real court. I think from this perspective, Texas Tech Law School provides very good sources to the students. Even for the LLM students, I think preparation before the class is very important, because almost all classes is based on some the preview for the textbook itself. So even if every student do not read or do not preview what the professor is talking about in the next class, they will not totally get lost during the classes. So especially for the law school itself, it's very important to get very deep involved in the textbook itself before the class itself.